Hi, everybody. This is Lowell, and we're talking about how to start a music school. And one of the very first things that I did is to decide or understand what the value is of what you have to offer. Everybody has what they want to give as a gift to somebody else, and it's kind of funny sometimes. If you ever try to give a gift that you would give to yourself to somebody else on Christmas, and they open it up and they're lackluster about how they do they really like it or not. It wasn't something they wanted; it was something that you wanted. So when you're thinking about what is my value, what is it that I can offer and give to somebody else, it's not necessarily what you would want to give. There are a lot of different directions that I could go in terms of as a musician that I would wish that people would want, but that's not really the case. The case is they want what they want, and they see value in how they see value, and so your mindset should be, what do I have that they would literally pay money to meet their need? And so I made a list of maybe 18 or 20 things. And so this is a, uh, a pre-video to the videos that I made earlier that when I first started out. And so this will be at the beginning of each one of those, this video here. And so this is just a prelude to those videos. And this you'll have to create your own. You'll find that you have a clientele, you have people in your community that will want certain aspects of what you have to offer. And so the main thing is to get into the mindset of what is it that other people are wanting. It's empathy. You're empathetically getting into the mindset of the consumer, of the customer, to say, what is it that they want? And then as you do that, then what you have to offer will actually come up. It'll rise to the top, but it's all initiated by the mindset of what is it that the other, you're the people that you're serving, what is it that they want? Hi, everybody. This is Lowell with another thought regarding the benefits of studying music, and that is to be creative in your thinking and to think outside of the box. The word think out, or the phrase think outside of the box, refers to thinking differently than other people do. Uh, I know for me, I was raised in public school, and we had a whole classroom of 30 some odd kids of us sitting there for hours listening to the teacher, who was uh, always right and expected us to learn exactly what they were saying and not to question anything. But there comes a time in all of our lives where it's important to feel capable of thinking differently and capable of seeing a subject or seeing a question in a different light than most other people do. We don't want to follow the herd off the cliff, so to speak. And so, how do you do that? How do you train yourself to think differently? Um, I really believe that music helps a lot in this way. When we're dealing with music, we're dealing with a subject that's intangible. It's difficult to pin down. If you had an invention that you had made, that invention, whether it's a paper clip or a can opener or something, it's physical. It's something that you own. It's an idea, but it's tangible. It's something that exists in the physical universe. Whereas music is a little bit different. It's intangible. Music deals with emotions. It deals with how do you quantify love? How do you quantify joy and peace? How do you quantify those things? I believe that these are spiritual in nature, and are spiritual as we live our lives, not in nature per se, but natural to our human experience would be a better way of saying it. And when you think of these intangibles, these types of emotions, you can't really hold on to them. And I believe that the only way that you can ultimately think outside of the box and think in a way that's differently than everybody else is thinking. Most people think in terms of tangible ideas. They think in terms of exact values and quantifiable things. And when you're dealing with music, it trains you to know that the universe is much more complex, much more deep. It's much more multidimensional than what we've been led to believe in all of our schooled training. And I'm not, of course, uh, saying that we shouldn't respect our teachers. I'm a teacher. I want my students to respect me, of course. But I'm talking about the ability to think outside of the box and to think creatively. And music really helps us to do that.